And now we take a look at Nightmare coming up next. Nightmare, a GMC pickup truck. And that is Steve Hess out of Haviland, Ohio. And he will go up against Tropical Thunder. Wayne Smozanik out of Jupiter, Florida.
Smozanik comes in with a new sponsor this year, a new truck. The chassis engineering people who are known nationally for their involvement in drag racing are now starting to get over to monster trucks. That's a truck in the far lane. Got a cantilever suspension on the rear. Meanwhile, Nightmare runs a later style shock absorbers, but basically they're in the stock location. The high tech this time should go to the far lane. Hey, but
no, it's Nightmare. Nightmare takes the victory. So Steve Hess is victorious in the GMC. It's going to be a long haul back to Florida for Wayne Smozanik.
Well, that's South Florida, too. That's
Jupiter, Florida. That's the home of Burt Reynolds. Wonder if he ever runs into Lonnie Anderson.
I don't know, but if you say Jupiter, Florida, I guarantee everybody in the world knows that's where Burt Reynolds lives. Well, congratulations to the Nightmare team, eh? They worked hard to get that win.
Hey, how about this? Here's Andy Brass, Bigfoot 10, the newest in the stable of Bigfoot trucks out of St. Louis, Missouri. This is another two-frame racer with a rear engine configuration. He was only the second fast qualifier. That was somewhat of a surprise. And here is the Carolina Crusher with Gary Porter out of North Carolina.
Well, Porter run the engine up front in the Chevrolet. Andy Brass, like you say, comes with the number 10 truck. How do you know it's different? Everybody says the Bigfoot trucks are all blue. The red and yellow stripe tells you it's a racer. And boy, is it a racer. Look at that.
Talk about computer design. That's exactly how Bob Chandler designed the Bigfoot truck on his home computer. And Bigfoot Andy Brass takes the victory over the Carolina Crusher. So we have Barefoot, the fast qualifier, advancing. Now Bigfoot, the second fast qualifier, has advanced.
Well, through this round, both lanes look to be pretty equal. Nobody's getting advantage so far. The truck that drives the best race is going into the next round.
Some good, close first-round competition here in Columbus, Ohio. We'll take a break and come back. Hi, guys. We're coming back to Columbus. Stay with us.
North Carolina, Dennis Anderson, the Gravedigger.
There's a word in motorsports. We call it sandbagging. Dennis Anderson has never heard of that word. He never sandbags. Full tilt all the way. Look at that wheel stand. And Dennis Anderson, was he disqualified? Did he get out of the run there? I'm not sure.
I can't tell. The dust came up.
He won if he didn't get disqualified.
What? You talk about crowd appeal.
Let's watch again. Now, Army, watch.
When he comes over the jump, the front feet stay out of the water. He's putting power to the rear wheels. Now the front end settles down, and what time is it? Sky time.
Now, is he out of bounds when he crosses the finish line? Well, apparently they say no. Dennis Anderson has won it, but it was a good run for the equalizer, so David Morris could come back in the semifinal round as the fast loser. That was a good run for the equalizer, but the victory goes to that 1950 Chevrolet panel truck, the Gravedigger.
These people in Columbus, Ohio are seeing some classic monster truck racing.
Well, these Jamborees offer a host of activities for not only the truck lover, but the entire family as well. So to find out more, please call or write the Special Events Promotion Company, and we love being here in Columbus, Ohio. And so do all these great motorsports fans, as we are ready now for semifinal action. Let's take a look. It will be Barefoot, the fast qualifier, against the Gravedigger, and the equalizer, your fast loser, against your second fast qualifier, Bigfoot and Andy Brass. And there is a look right there at Barefoot with Fred Schaefer, the Dodge, against the Chevy, the old Chevy of Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger.
Spell it W-A-R, war. Watch it.
It's the Digger. The Gravedigger takes the victory over the fast qualifier. A bit of a surprise, Army.
I don't know. I am just thrilled. I cannot believe those guys ran that hard, that close to each other. That was controlled mayhem, if you will.
Let's take a look again. Now, here's the wheel stand in no man's land. He's back on the throttle and over the second set of cars, but watch as he lands on that left rear. He actually pops the tire off the rim. We'll have a chance to look again. Watch off the right side of your screen. Right there, he pops the air right out of that tire. So let's go down now and talk to Dennis Anderson.
Dennis, everybody was worried about the Dodge. He didn't seem to have you bothered a bit today. You just kind of thumped him good out there.
Yeah, I tell you, he qualified pretty good, and both of us been running some good times. And I was kind of fearing that Dodge, too, because I tell you, he's got a big old motor packed underneath the hood of that thing. But now I found out, I said his motor looks big, but his motor isn't any bigger than mine.
And here is a look at the Bigfoot Ford against the Equalizer. Andy Brass against young David Morris.
I'll give you a comparison here. Computer against a pencil. Pencil leads first.
The pencil's going to win it. The Equalizer knocks out Bigfoot. The Equalizer, only the fourth fast qualifier, knocks out the second fast qualifier. Let's look one more time, Army.
But he comes back into this thing to the loser bracket, doesn't he, Gary?
Yeah, he was there as a fast loser from the last round. An impressive drive for young David Morris. And he is down trackside with Army Armstrong.
Well, the final showdown is going to be you representing the Chevrolet camp, but the other side of the lane is going to be a Chevrolet also out of North Carolina. Anderson's tough. Are you tough enough to handle him today?
I'm tough enough to handle him. The big thing is this lane choice, and he's going to have the best lane. The lane that I'll have to run is going to put me higher in the air with the first set of cars, and that's going to hurt me because he's probably going to get on the ground before I do. So the way the trucks are running here, you can't back out of it for 1 second, so I'll just have to shoot for the best.
So it's the Gravedigger who came into this program as an open qualifier, trying to best another old veteran in the finals of the four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Spring Nationals in Columbus. Welcome back to Columbus, Ohio, where Ford Trucks present the PENDA four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Spring Nationals as part of the BF Goodrich Performance Series. Gary Lee along with Army Armstrong, we are ready for the championship shootout. It's the Gravedigger with Dennis Anderson against this driver right here, David Morris, in Equalizer. Now remember, these two met in round 2 with Digger taking the measure. And of course, is the fast loser. Here it is earlier on tape. The fast loser in that round was David Morris in the Equalizer, so he was able to advance in this particular 12-truck format.
Equalizer knows he may be going up against a wounded Gravedigger. The word we're getting is when the Gravedigger landed sideways in the previous round, he blew the left rear tire off the rim. He pointed out to the people, and they are not sure whether or not he's got enough air in that tire to hold the horsepower.
We will soon find out, and in fact, Gravedigger does have a problem off the line. David Morris will take the victory here in Columbus in the Equalizer.
Boy, you don't blink in this sport. Morris left.
Well, the Digger will complete the run well off the pace, but the victory here in Columbus, Ohio will go to the Equalizer and David Morris. And there is a wounded Gravedigger.
You know, what can you say? Take the bitter with the sweet.
Just a case of not having enough air in that left rear?
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because really they only run about 6 pounds of air to start with. But when they blew that tire out before, they just didn't. If it had another 30 seconds or a minute to put some more air in that tire, they'd have been all right. But, you know, you live and die by the clock.
But Army, as always, Dennis Anderson gave the crowd his very best shot. It wasn't quite good enough today. There's a look at his slow run across the cars. But here's our victor, David Morris with Army Armstrong.
Well, Gary, all day long the story has been this high-tech trucks, and I've been kind of leaning that way and paying a lot of attention. But what happened when it came to the final time? These guys out of the Tennessee mountains rolled out and thumped everybody. David Morris, congratulations. You and Gary Cook sent these guys back to the drawing board today. Yeah, we got a truck we've been running since 1988. We've just been making a few changes on it, and the old girl's still doing good.
Well, congratulations to you and Gary Cook. And once again, these two guys out of Tennessee show that computer may not be all it's cracked up to be. An old sharp pencil will still get the job done. Gary?
Well, congratulations to David. There is a disappointed Dennis Anderson. So for Army Armstrong, I'm Gary Lee. We'll see you next week for another edition of Trucks and Tractor Power. Now, here's news of an exciting video release from Diamond Piece.